This is John Solari back with part 2 with the incomparable Ron Gilbert he's a lifetime member of the Actors Studio from, I don't want to give his age, but where?
No, you're getting, I'm 79.
79. And so what was the first year you did go to the Actors?
Oh, well,
you started acting?
Yeah, I mean, I started acting, I was in the Army. When I came out of the Army, I went to the I was working at a job that went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and then studied with Lee Strasberg. He had a little place in Carnegie Hall, right around the corner. We're talking like 62. And then the nice thing about it was that if you were...
that was his private class.
Yeah, and it was like, you know how much it was? $35 a month. And everybody was in it. I mean, Duff Hoffman was in it, everybody was in it. So what happened is I would, and this is what I learned about acting. The first scene I ever did was Streetcar Named Desire, because that's what everybody was doing. And this girl's running around the stage with a white sheet, which would drive me crazy. So I grabbed the sheet from her, and Strasberg's wife was moderating, just stop. And I finished, she goes, you said it was Sandy Meisner. And then I realized it was instinctive. I never studied with Sandy Meisner, but I have instincts. I mean, I did stuff at the American Academy, we did different scenes. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that, and then the cool thing about it, if you started to do things in the Actors Studio, the difference between the classes that you paid $35 for and the classes, the sessions, the Actors Studio was like a family.
Right.
And I was very lucky, met some people. I stage managed Still Life for Salome, like over 50 years ago. So when I was able to get in there, and at that time, if you helped stage manage something, they gave you an observership. So I was able to do things there, but I didn't become a member till like the late 70s, because
they did that a lot. If you did a play at the studio, you could observe.
Yeah, you worked on it. That's one. I'm talking in the '68 when you see Pacino, De Niro starting out.
I did it. My first play, I did what was the Mike Gazzo play, the October night, Tommy Zero. I did that in 1985, and it's funny. And Tony Sirico, who played, from the
Junior Sirico.
No, Tony Sirico.
But is the name Junior?
Soprano. Yeah, Junior. Yeah.
When I first met him, he goes, "What mob are you with?"
Yeah. He did the play. It was called The Morning of October Zero.
So funny.
In New York. It was a Mike Gazzo's play. And that's what got me in as a finalist into the Actors Studio. And I did that play there. We had a Bruce Kirby.
What a terrific kid he was.
No, not Bruno.
Well, I worked with his father. We have a commercial I did together.
Yeah.
He's still around.
He's still alive, yes.
He had
Bruno passed away.
Bruno was so sad. He didn't feel good, and bingo.
He's
just good kid.
And then Bruce, I worked with Bruce on Armed and Dangerous with John Candy.
He was a really his father. I did a commercial for Schlitz. Matter of fact, it's very funny. I also did a commercial with Guess You're Gonna Crack Up. Did 2 commercials with him. Jake LaMotta. I did Ballantine Beer, and then I did another one with him for Remington Shaving. And here's the funniest thing about him. So I'm playing a more, dressed up guy. He's wearing a caveman outfit, and he looks in the mirror in the dressing room, and he does the scene that De Niro did in Godfather, in Raging Bull. When he does the whole. Yeah. I mean, and he died. He was into his 90s.
97, yes. He was the last
Still?
to go. Him and Rocky used to hang out together.
Yeah.
And in this place called Elmer's, which was the old El Morocco's.
El Morocco.
They used to be there all the time, hang out together there in New York. I think it was on 2nd Avenue or 3rd Avenue, in Midtown.
Yeah, he was funny because he said, Rocky would call him up all kinds of crazy times. Like he didn't want to, and then Rocky would play golf. And who's that woman he got involved with, the comedian? Martha something.
Martha Ray.
But he was, because it was funny when when Paul Newman played him in the movie. I mean, he didn't really capture.
No.
But De
Originally,
Niro-
James Dean was supposed to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, right. But I mean, De Niro really. I mean, he did a great job with Jake and that girl. You know, Kathy Moriarty. She was a real girl from the neighborhood, so she didn't have to act. And they did a lot of improvisation with her because they surprised her. I just did a film with her.
Yeah, she's
Called Flinch.
Flinch. She used to be at Joe Dente's house all the time. When Joe Dente was out here. Did you ever go to his parties?
A long time ago. Yeah.
From Monterey, that's how come I knew Joe.
Well,
He
the other guy in Monterey Avenue was Chaz Palminteri. He's a
forget
different.
about that.
Yeah.
I don't even want.
I'm sorry.
I don't even want to get him on the camera.
Forget
Forget about that guy. They had to shoot a Bronx Tale in Queens because of Chaz and his big mouth. And I don't want to go into it.
That's
you
not
know.
gonna open. I know, but
Let's talk about, what do you think of a story like this?
I just
No,
think
'cause
it's a
before
terrific.
I had recommended Joanna Cassidy because I think she, you know, a lot of people don't. She's not a stage actor, but I told you I did it. Joanna Cassidy. I did a scene with her. Streetcar.
oh really?
She played Blanche. She became a member on that. And when in rehearsals, she just blew me away. Just blew me away. That I said, this is an untapped talent. That's what I try to tell you. That she's an untapped talent. She's never really worked the stage. You know, she's, the movies, and she's works that way. She's learning how to work theater, see. And she's an untapped talent. And I really,
No, she's a beautiful woman.
and for her age, and
Yeah,
I'm
I mean-
not gonna tell you how old she is, but for
She's
her
up
age,
there.
she's.
Which she's about to do another show. She's supposed to.
And I see Louisiana, but she lived down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's doing that now. She works a lot on these little, independent shows and this and that. But I just have a lot of belief in her. And I got a feeling the people that you know and you've done productions and produced,
producer.
directed, that you can bring that talent out.
Well, I mean, it's a
People-
real. It's a real. Because being raised in a real Italian family. Thank God the roots were there. My grandmother, my grandfather did the food, the Sunday meals.
I got the gravy cooking.
Oh my God! I mean,
The show's over every Sunday, and even that's a dying. The kids don't do it. I used to do it every Sunday back east from my family.
Rico used to do it.
Did
Dr.
you?
Rico used to have. I mean, when I see him later, we should say, Rico, come on, why come you just don't do the little get-togethers at your house anymore? He used to cook.
That's in there. I cook.
He's nice, a good cook, Rico.
I'm a good cook. You'll taste some of mine.
No.
It's really good. And they call it gravy. Some people call it sauce. Some people call it.
Getting back to, this is a really,
Yeah, let's
it's a
get back to
personal,
this.
really personal story. The thing is, because
What
it's so
did you
funny.
think of it?
Oh, it touched my heart in so many different ways. Oops, look at this. Notes.
That was the lettuce.
Yeah, so, who's Louise? Oh. Yeah, the thing is that, but the funniest thing is not knowing ever that I had no idea about Cleveland.
Oh, about Cleveland. Oh.
Because everybody thinks if you're from New York and you're a gangster,
Cleveland, I lived in Cleveland for a few years. I was a semi in the lamb. And I tell you, Cleveland is a great town. There's a lot of old money, easy to get around, a lot of theater, and people don't realize how good Cleveland is. Close to New York, close to but Cleveland, and their little Italy there is I think is the best. Is
Yeah.
the best.
Because I worked in Columbus and I worked in Warren, in Toledo. I never got to Cleveland.
I would love to get you there.
And the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there.
But it's a great town. People are nice, and as I said, Little Italy, and.
But how is it there? Is it really more like still old world? When's the last time you
Yes,
were there?
I keep in touch, and you've been talking to them, and there's still neighborhoods. Now a lot of it, it's turned black, but they have a lot of Italian flags, so that's where the Italians.
You know, it's a very big Italian community here, San Pedro.
Isn't that what they're gonna have the feast? I heard in October, the new feast,
The
Italian feast.
it's actually there's over 45,000 people there, and the thing is, you know, we shot Usual Suspects down there, but the thing is that. Because you know, if you want to do it, you like do it in Cleveland, but you know what? You could do it there, and you could be in New York. No one would know because you can't really shoot. To find New York, that's why when they do things about New York, they do it.
But this here, you would want New York. I mean Cleveland.
Really, but it would still look good. I mean, the difference.
I think you would. I would recommend this to be shot in Cleveland if you're gonna do it.
Yeah. Well,
The building, the mall buildings and all that, they're still there.
But have you been to San Pedro lately?
No.
Oh, you been to Pedro? It's like the old 1-story, 2-story. I'm just trying to say because then you think about you want to keep how much what's your budget, and I don't know if there's any tax breaks in Cleveland.
A lot of tax breaks.
Really?
Big tax breaks in Cleveland. That's right. They shoot a lot of films there. You said Spider-Man. You were. That's why they shot
Well,
Spider-Man.
no, they shot the original TV.
No, I mean,
we shot the TV one.
The movie.
Oh, really?
It's shot there. A lot of movies are shot in Cleveland. Look it up. They have the Cleveland Film Society there. It's really big. I know. I taught there. Cleveland is a. I remember when I was there back in the late '90s. I told people, you invest in the money here, production house, you'd own this town. Now today they tell me, John, you're right. You're right.
Well, I like living. That's why I like being on Ocean Avenue, at the beach. I like being near water. When you're raised in New York, you're near water.
Well,
The Bronx, you go to Orchard Beach.
Orchard Beach.
Orchard Beach. That's so funny. Have you been there? I was there a couple of years ago. Oh, very, very gentrified.
I haven't been there.
Totally different.
I used to go there when I was young,
Well, you know Vinny Pastore, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
He still have the place in City Island?
I don't know if he did, but he just got elected in New York on the SAG board.
Really?
Yeah.
We did a thing years ago. I'm going to get you a copy called Rochester Metro. And it's about these guys are going to do a film. And they shot it there. And he and I are in the film together. And he was just,
Yeah, Vinny,
he's very real.
Well, I heard him. He talked about one of my about a guy named Carmine Smash.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard him mention that, right? So Uncle Carmine. And that's how well I know the guy. And so I've been hoping to. I was hoping I'd get elected delegate, so I'd see him at the convention, so we could talk. About
So did he become a delegate, or what did he become?
No, he's a union rep. No, not
really?
a delegate. Yeah, he got on, I think, the local board over there in
New York.
Which they need. They're not here. I we talked to John Kessin and Francis Fisher and all of them. They got elected again. And
I know. What are they?
it's called membership first. And I think they're going to give the current president. I think it's her last time. What's her name? Jennifer Beal. Again. I think it's her.
Really?
They'll probably run her for president next time in 2 years. Then they'll be able to. The biggest problem with acting today, is the background, which is the biggest part of our union, and they really get abused. They really get abused.
Well, the only crazy thing is that you do a film, and it's ultra low budget, it's $125 a day, and then if you do an extra on a commercial, it's $360 or something. So the thing is, you don't have to. Well, that's the crazy thing. The prices, and then you do stuff. Hopefully you'll get paid if it ever goes anywhere. Your best thing in this business is to work in TV, because at least you can get your residuals. Seinfeld's worth what, 800 million?
But in them days of making that kind of money, it's just about, unless you're the star of the show, gone. You can make a living. Well, the cost of living, the rents and this and that, everything is so high. Years ago, you could live. You didn't need 2 jobs or 3 roommates, and this and that. Acting is rough for actors today.
Oh, new kids coming. See, when I started out in New York years ago, I was doing commercials, and people go, "Oh, what are you doing commercials for?" If I didn't do commercials, I would have not. No, I would have not qualified for the pension.
And it also, they pay big money.
Oh, I used to go down. I used to go down to the mailbox, have a $9,000 check, and I did Narragansett beer, Coors, Valentine, Schlitz, Miller. I did every beer that's possible. I did, and with big directors at that time, we then Harold Becker. We did this. You work with them, but at least you made the money. And then, but now with the commercials, the best thing to do. Speaking of Spanish, so you do a Time Warner. If you do it in English and Spanish, you're better off. And it's really, but I have stuff that's on YouTube from like 30 years ago. You don't get any money for it.
No.
I mean, it's, because these things you have to make money. You have to pay your bills, you have to, thank God now I don't have to take care of any children, but my God, it's crazy because you have to.
Well, what are you interested in doing now, today?
Well, I would like to do, honestly, I still like to do TV, I like indie films. I mean, it was nice to do a big film. You make a lot more money. And then trying to help the times of our lives, trying to help project get off the ground because there's nothing really Italian. I mean, Sopranos is like, this is a real
for women too.
Yes,
it's
women.
It's all the women talking, so it's really.
Yeah, I mean, and so the thing is, and I was raised in, the women were very powerful.
It was.
So I would love to, but the only problem is finding the money, or getting someone, who's really wants to help you put it together, and that's the biggest problem. I get a lot of stuff. If I can tell you, I have. We did the Mama Luke series, we did this, we try to help, but they don't realize that you have to, it gets easier if you put a name in it. If you put a name in it, and you got a good director attached to it, it comes together. But otherwise, that's what you have to do. You have to really, Pacino's finally doing television. De Niro, he did Wizard of Lies. He did, he played the guy, big scheme. But the thing is, a lot of name actors are doing TV now because you know what? At least you're going to get residuals. If you do a film and the film doesn't do well, listen, Valachi Papers, I called them the other day. They said, oh no, there's not enough money enough money hasn't come through in 8 years. 8 years.
Yeah. It's true. I got a residual check one time with Messenger of Death. I did. It was $101.
Wow.
And then we checked. The union, look into it. They sent me a check. It was $14,000. They rip you off on residuals. That was Cannon Films. Back then. But from 101, what a mistake that was. And they sent me the right check, which was $14,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when I did that. So I wonder about all these residuals, and every once in a while I get a big one. And I wonder, maybe somebody that knew who I was made sure looked into it. Because if the union would look into the residuals, maybe you might get a little more.
Well, you investigate. The Bellagio Bay was investigated. Another thing, I think flipping, I did this and that. And you call them, and then, you get little checks from Italy, Because I did Desperate Housewives, I did Body of Proof, I did a lot of TV shows, Ugly Betty. But the thing is that if you have, the secret in this business is if you direct the pilot, the first show, my God, you as a director you make money until the end of time. And look at Ted Danson. Yeah. He was making $600,000 a week when he was doing Cheers. $600,000. And he just keeps on it with his nice wig. He keeps on working, doing stuff. But he wants to stay in the he's got to be worth a lot of money. His wife, who's an incredible actress, she's not doing as well as he is. But he's just in every series possible. They got.
And Aslan does the same thing. He works all the time.
You got Marissa Hargitay, who's lucky with that show.
That's been on for over 20 years.
And there's a kid from the studio, Hargitay. I forgot his first name, but that's what he said. You're my cousin. That's what he wants you to tell your cousin to hire you. Tell your cousin to give her a break. She finally did.
A lot of the Hollywood actors, they don't help each other. You know, well, the old days were like that. You could, if you look at the old movies, you saw studio people. Kazan would use studio people. Today they can't do that. You know, it's just not possible.
I mean, looking at
Independent.
when you think about, you know, James Dean in his early, I mean, he was so lucky to get the ones he did, you know. I mean, my gosh, you know,
Well, because he was with Kazan.
yeah, Kazan, but he, you know, he did a scene in the studio years ago, and he didn't like to critique it, and never really went back. But he was you ever see when you ever see the TV film on him?
Yeah, I think I did see something. You know, he did
Yeah.
something for television.
Yeah, Mark Rydell directed
It
it.
was like one of those
Oh, it was
Studio One or
yeah, it was
something
really
like that.
terrific, and he, you know, it showed the inside story with his father, the relationship he had with his father.
No, I mean, I saw something else he did. I mean, he was an incredible actor. I mean,
Well, see, here's a guy that personally, a lot of personal stuff with the side. I mean, a lot of personal stuff. I mean, wow.
well, Marty Landau said it put it the best. You know, an actor's pain is a gift.
That's it. So you,
You know, it's a gift. All that bullshit that you went through in life and pain. It's a
look
gift.
how young he was when he died.
You know, his life is just
I
unbearable.
mean, you know, that film with Rock Hudson. I mean, jeez.
Giant.
He was, I mean,
I don't know if he's ever got the. I don't think he ever saw any of his movies. They didn't
That's
come out
interesting.
until he was dead.
yeah, right. That's
Well, 3 movies. You know,
3 movies, and
and
I think it's Marty knew him. Marty hung out with him. Marty knew him from the studio.
he worked with him. He taught him. He took acting lessons from Marty.
Yeah, I mean,
Marty was a
because
teacher.
he's like a lot of guys who were born here and they went like, you know, Dustin Hoffman, they all went to New York. Because when you went to New York, it was a different world. You know, LA is LA, but the thing is there's something in New York, there's that vibe, and you know,
It's alive.
it's alive.
New York is alive. Out here, it's
Well, it's really, you know, it's La La Land. It really is La La Land. You have to, and everybody now today with all these social networking and, you know, Twitter and this and that. I'm, you know, reading about Stallone because, you know, Franco Colombo died. He was swimming in Sardinia.
on the weightlifter. Yeah.
but he was not in great shape. He didn't look like he looked anymore. But he got a heart attack swimming in Sardinia. But, you know, Stallone, he's on there every day. You ever see Cop Land? No, that was a great. Well, he wasn't very good at Cop Land. I mean, he played a cop, but De Niro kind of knocked him out in the film. And you know, but he's doing Rambo. Rambo now. Rambo's
It's
coming
come
back.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he shows stuff. He's on. A friend of mine went by his house the other day. His older cars parked in front. I mean, he got very lucky. Rocky was the big thing. It was a terrific. And then he started doing the growth hormone and you know, a little surgery and. I mean, his brother's a good singer, though. Frank is. I worked with Frank twice. Yeah, Frankie, but Frank is a really. I've seen him. He can do anything. He can do, you know, Tony Bennett. He can do. I mean, he's a really good singer.
Tony Bennett, the
But
voice.
he's still around.
Yeah, 90 years old and still performing. Unbelievable.
That's the good thing about.
Before we go, Carmine Carini, I thought about him. We just had a memorial for him. I had him on my show a couple of times, and we talked, you know, about
Well, you know, Conrad was supposed to be.
Sonny.
He was the original Sonny,
Yeah,
and I'm surprised he survived
yeah.
by being knocked out, and then you got him out of. They kick him out of the academy because he loaned some guy his DVD.
Well, a little different than that. I don't want to talk about it on camera.
Yeah, but Conrad was a sweetheart, but you know.
He was a nice guy. He used to invite me. They call it the
They
Gumba
have the Goomba Club.
Club. The Gumba Club.
The Goomba Club. They go to
Every
him
Monday
and
over there.
Bobby Costanza.
Another good actor, good guy.
Yeah, a real guy.
Yeah, he really is.
He was in the film with Saturday Night Fever, wasn't he? That was his first role. I think he played a guy that was ran a store and worked in the stores like a real person. Yeah.
So tell me, are you doing anything right now besides
Well,
trying to get
I'm
this thing?
auditioning for Magna PI last week, and then somebody just trying to get some of the stuff off the ground. I'm supposed to be doing another show with somebody, you know, trying to find the money. So right, there's always a lot of stuff, you know, on the table. But I
Do you have
get
an
off
agent?
the. Oh yeah, I work with. I wish one with an agent I was with years ago, and then I just went with a woman that a kid I know that I did a film with. He was with them, and
You want to give their name?
Divergent Talent. She's a manager, and the day after I signed with her, she got me I did a self-tape, and we sent it to Hawaii for the new Magnum PI. You know, because the thing is, when you get to a certain age, you know, there's not much competition. A lot of people in commercials who are my age, they're really actors. But the thing is, if you have the juice and you can get somebody to get you out, then you go up for it. I mean, I was up for something the other day. I thought I definitely got it, playing a comedic character, and she brought me in a couple of times. This is for a new TV show. Johnny LaPrea was there, Joe Cortese was there. I don't know who got it, but it's good. It was a very interesting new series. But the thing is, you get a call back and then you don't know. You don't know. I think in the old days it was better when you got a call back, everybody was in the room. Now all they see you on the screen, and if you and the nice thing about it, the girl Michelle, she and I really hit it off, and she's from Atlanta. My daughter, then 3 days later, my daughter comes in from Atlanta. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, in the business, they have to like you. You can do the best audition, but if they like you and your attitude is good, they will hire you. And they will keep you They will keep you in the mix, because a lot of people think, oh, if you're a pain in the ass, they don't want you. They don't want to bother with you.
Of course not.
They just say, you know, no. So you do a show and you come in and you get no. I have letters from. I have a wonderful letter from Brian. You know, I work at my good guy. I mean, you know, doing Usual Suspects with Brian. I mean, holy shit! And then Brian, one day I see him in an elevator, and
He Palmer?
No. The famous Brian, who's now being brought up. I hate to use his last name.
Oh, okay.
But he's being brought up on the Troy, yeah. But you know, Brian Singer.
Okay.
I mean, I'll tell you about Brian Singer. Very generous, very nice. One day I'm getting on an elevator, and the guy has a baseball hat and it's covering his head. So they go, "Oh, you look just like Brian Singer." He looks at me, he goes, "You." He calls me 2 days later. He says, "I'm doing a commercial with Selma Hayek. I want you in a commercial." But the thing is, like, when running into Chris McQuarrie years ago, who wrote Usual Suspects, Chris McQuarrie, I see him at the screening of Mission Impossible. He sees me, "Oh my God, how are you?" And an agent, a big agent I know, says, "Oh, you know, you should hire you." I said, "You should hire me. Unless someone submits me, or else I see him in a club every day, he'll hire me." But Chris McQuarrie, but some people, Brian Singer, the nicest guy in the world, you know. But I'm just trying to say is you have to, you know, be where they want you to be, and then sometimes they want real guys. I mean, I saw Green Book. Green Book is okay, but it's not, you know.
That's
it's
from
a
my
little
neighborhood.
Yeah, but it's
That's from my neighborhood. But
it's a clean version.
It goes back to, what's his name? It's all about love, Paul Newman. It's all about, I'm looking for an agent. My agent, Craig Wyckoff, you know, he's a full-time rabbi now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't have an agent. I'm looking for that.
Well, you got a commercial. I can get you. I mean, my activity guy is really good. You just got to send the thing in. I mean, you're on Actors Access and Casting Network.
Yeah, I'm on Actors.
Yeah, I get every week. I get stuff. I do Echo Cast. Send this. I got to do something tomorrow. Send it in. You know. But unfortunately, different things.
I'll see you at Actors Studio.
Oh, yeah. Okay.